Hello families, welcome back to the American Family Survival Network. I'm your host, Jeffrey Snipes. I have for you another wonderful article from the USCCA, our premier affiliate, the United States Concealed Carry Association. Common Sense in Concealed Carry. This is by Rick Sapp. I recently studied a news item from Miami in which a woman raced home when her alarm system sent her an alert. She called 911 and subsequently caught a 17-year-old thief by herself. In the ensuing confrontation, she shot and killed him. Apparently, he was climbing out a window when she arrived, and the shooting took place in her yard. I think that she was within her legal rights, as defined by the state of Florida, to shoot the burglar. If it were not Miami, however, where police struggle to keep the peace between drug cartels, warring gang members, multiple ethnicities, all of whom seem to hate one another, and astonishing extremes of wealth from incredible riches to crushing poverty, the shooting might be a little dodgy, legally speaking. Under similar circumstances, the district attorney in a left-wing Florida county such as Leon or Alachua might press charges. The persons the DA should press charges against are the parents for raising an undisciplined hoodlum, but that will never happen. It was probably only a matter of time before this kid died on the street or in a yard. Did this woman use common sense, or was this a case of the needless taking of a life? She had an active alarm system, had called 911, and the police were on the way. She was armed and had a permit to carry. I wasn't present. There were no witnesses. But I'm guessing she rushed home, found the thief coming out a window, drew her pistol, and tried to stop him. Maybe even tried to put him on the ground. When he heard a siren, though, the young thief panicked and tried to run. Maybe struggled with the woman, tried to wrest her gun away, and she shot him. The police arrived moments later. I am of two minds. First, the kid knew or should have known the risk, although, like any kid, he probably thought, it can't happen to me. Second, the property owner drove home and you could argue caused the confrontation outside in her yard, in which anything could have happened. Third, her home had been burglarized at least twice before, and she had fully cooperated with police and government and insurance companies to no avail. The representatives of those institutions followed the reports and left her with the damages and increased her bill. I'm projecting this onto a situation I encountered in an Atlanta restaurant. My wife and I were eating dinner. I was carrying and sitting in a position to observe the seating and serving area. A man began arguing with the employee who keeps the waiting list for tables. He believed she was seating others before him, taking people out of order to their arrival. And this made him mad. He only shouted, though, never physically threatened her. But what if he had? At what point would it have been proper to intervene? Would he then have turned his anger onto me? Would my intervening have calmed or aggravated the situation? As a legally permitted and armed member of the carry community, I do have a responsibility to, at some point, leave my family and intervene. Do I? As a legally permitted and armed member of the carry community, do I have a responsibility to, at some point, leave my family and intervene? What if the man had assaulted the woman at the front of the restaurant and began to beat her? To me, that's clear. I asked my wife to call 911 and then assist the waitstaff. But as the Miami situation shows, just drawing a weapon does not necessarily put you in control. Sometimes I think presenting a firearm can aggravate a situation. Based on so many recent publicized cases of police shootings, where men refuse to obey an officer with a gun, I'm thinking that if I ever intervened in a conflict, I should be prepared to shoot someone and face the consequences. Scenario training at Gander Mountains, Lake Mary, Florida store. Scenario training is available at Gander Mountains, Lake Mary, Florida store. Imagining situations and your response or shooting at a gun range is certainly better than no training whatsoever, but there is little that beats real draw and shoot practice even with an electronic gun. That leads to emphasizing common sense in public and at home. I believe the best way to sharpen that instinct is to engage in scenario training. Almost any type of training is better than none, in which you are presented with a situation and called upon quickly to act or not act, to make a decision. Even thinking about or imagining yourself in situations like that in the restaurant and realizing that every scenario will be different is better prior to strapping on your firearm. because once you intervene, your life will change whether you shoot or not. So nothing is better than a good dose of common sense and practice during supervised training. I'm imagining too that if the 17-year-old thief had done a little scenario training, given his situation a little forethought, he might have been alive today. Nah. Folks, please go to the AmericanFamilySurvivalStore.com for all your family's emergency and survival needs. Please visit our premier affiliate, the United States Concealed Carry Association. And please remember to protect and safeguard your family. Fear not, and God bless. Thank you so much. Have a great day.